All right, all right. Good evening, brothers and sisters. Welcome, 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 welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another exciting episode here at The Money Game, so Black people can win and dominate. You're watching it live right here on Closing the Gap Broadcast Network. Happy to be with you this evening for episode number 20. We've done 20 of these so far, brothers and sisters. We're going to do as many as possible. Right? But we want you to come back over and over and over again. So first of all, welcome for those that are showing and watching us live tonight, Sunday night, the 8th of June. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your first time? Welcome. Is this your second or third time? Welcome back. Welcome back. And as you know, brothers and sisters, we want to bring you exciting information, inside information, information about money. The money game that you're not going to hear almost anywhere. Because the kind of information that I share and we share with you here is what we need as Black people. That's why the title is The Money Game. Right? The Money Game. So Black people can win and dominate. That title comes from my book. Here, if you don't have it, shame on you. If you don't have it, then what are you waiting for? Get the book at that link right there, themoneygamebook.com. I want to get your name on the email list because we're starting to have private Zoom meetings. I said we're going to do it. We've had 2 so far. We're going to continue having them more and more because one of the many, many things that I've learned on this 45-year journey is that the movers and shakers, those that win and dominate the money game, they don't do it publicly. You don't even know who they are. They don't need social media. So that is a blueprint. That's a blueprint, brothers and sisters. So welcome, welcome, welcome. As you know, this is we talk about money. We talk about the mindset around money. And I'm going to share with you nuggets. Okay, little nuggets. Right? Little nuggets of gold. Nuggets of gold are not big. They're almost like small little pebbles, but they're gold nonetheless. And you put together a whole bunch of those nuggets, and it gets heavier and heavier, and before you know it, you have ounces and ounces of gold. See, the way we've been conditioned here in society, here in America, we're always looking for the next best big thing. We're thinking about that thing that's going to, as they say, give us the lick that we're looking for. And if that's what the majority of the people think, brothers and sisters, then that ain't what it is. That's not what it is. All right, so you want to share this stream right now, somewhere around this video, you can share it. That is your price for admission. I won't know if he shared it, but God knows, Allah knows, the universe knows, the vibration, frequency, environment that we live in knows. You don't hear about vibrations and frequency talking about money. Not too many people do. There's a few, but not from our sojourner, not from our perspective. Who better to rehab someone? Who better to rehab an alcoholic than a rehabbing alcoholic? Who can better sympathize? Who can better communicate? Who can better relate? Because they've been there. That's why we have to have a specific message just for us about money, speaking from our experience, coded from our experience. Not a black face tell you the same thing you'll hear from Robert Kiyosaki. Not a black face, you're going to hear the same thing from, what's his name, Delio. See, the fundamentals of money, yes. That's going to be the same. 2 + 2 is 4. No matter if you say it in Chinese, Spanish, Arabic, it doesn't matter. But what do we need? It's it's the mindset. The hardest thing is not to how to. That's the easy thing. That's the easiest. That's why as a salesperson, as a marketer, you lead with the easy. Draw people in, get their attention, draw them closer to you, right? Get them engaged. And the closer they get, the more they realize this is going to require some work. That's why many times we bounce around from opportunity to opportunity to opportunity. As I reflected several years ago on my network marketing career. I had a network marketing career. All I did, I had a job, but my entrepreneurial activity was just network marketing. And I learned so much over that time. And one of the things is, it's about personal development. That's why the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, self-improvement is the basis to community development. Oh, how do we this we need to do it for the community, and we need to do this for the community, and this is what the community needs. That's true. You don't start at the end. Think and Grow Rich says you start with the end in mind, in your mind. That's not where you start. You don't start at the end. Start at the end in mind, but you look at where you are and where you want to be. So tonight, brothers and sisters, we're going to talk about this whole book is about the secret knowledge, the secret mindset, the secret unknown, unfamiliar, right? Not often shared with us. Other communities might have it. I'm talking about us. Can you see it's blurry? I'm talking about us. I'm concerned about us first and foremost. The least, the forgotten, the rejected, the despised. No more. No other people is more rejected, despised, but us. And in need of this type of unique, specialized everything, specialized knowledge around health and money and relationships, around education. So I'm going to share with you in every show moving forward, all the shows is to drop nuggets. Drop nuggets. Drop nuggets, drop nuggets. See, only a few play the money game to win and dominate. Just a few play it, let alone accomplish it. It's a very small group. That's why you might have heard 1% of the wealthiest people in America control, 90% of the wealth? 90%. Yes, we can be cynical and say racism and Illuminati and all that, but how does that benefit you and I? How is that going to improve our financial condition for ourselves, our family, and our community? That doesn't serve us. We're going to talk about tonight, brothers and sisters, so get your pen and pad and share it with your friends. You have to understand that you cannot reap what you don't sow. See, too many of us are addicted to free. Anything in abundance is not good, the Bible says. And the Holy Quran talks about exceeding limits. There's limits to everything. Drink too much water, you're gonna kill yourself. Don't be like Mama said, we don't need to drink all that water that they're talking about. I've heard that you can even drown your organs if you drink too much water. See, so these are the things that we can do now. What I share with you in my book, you should all have it, in my book and on this show, named after the book, is about what you and I can do now, today. Have the end in mind, but you have to start in reality with what you have. Too many of us are addicted to free. Free, 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 free. And when it comes time to invest in ourselves now, you think you invested in somebody else. But if it's knowledge, you really invested in yourself. You really invested in yourself. You and I need tools to get where we don't want to go, to do what we want to do, and to be who we have to be. See, these are things that we have to understand. And I'm here to tell you, brothers and sisters, because see, most folks want to tell you this is the latest way. I see it all on YouTube and everywhere, right? Right? My stock investment outperforms 20%, 80%, 90% of most traders on Wall Street. And you don't have to do it. We'll do it for you. See, this lazy approach. This lazy approach. There is no lazy approach. Lazy gets you what lazy gets you. See, so I want to come and clear up the air. I want to come with the Lysol and spray. Because too often, see, we can't afford as Black people, Black Americans, so-called American Negroes, we can't afford to fall for the same thing that everybody else fall for, because our resources are limited as a people, not you, not mine. Yours might be good, mine might be good, but we as a people collectively, it's not good. And it's not getting better. They project over the next 20 years or so that Black people collectively, because when they do stats, they don't do stats on Brother Daryl, they do stats on groups. They say in the next 20, 25 years, the net worth of Black people will be 0 or a negative number. Oh, not me. 20 years is a long time. People can use millions and millions, lose millions and millions of dollars of wealth in years. So if you never had millions and millions of dollars of wealth to start with, then we can lose whatever we have immediately. So brothers and sisters, share. You have to sow. You have to sow. You can't plant one seed and say, okay, I sowed, let me sit back and wait. What kind of farmer does that? Not a smart one. You got to sow and sow and sow. So you do that by sharing this stream. You also do that by supporting. See, those of us who have a certain kind of mindset, when we talk about money, we think about money, we come to Zooms about money, it's to take, it's to get. Not knowing that you're going to have to give before you get. Isn't that what the Bible says? It's better to give than receive. See, we have to understand, and I'm here to tell you unequivocally, brothers and sisters, I knew it was going to be about money. See, that's the wrong kind of mindset. How you and I been here 400 years, you don't know it's about money? America's about money. I talk about that in my book. What's the religion of America? It's not Christianity. It's money. What's the language of America? English? It's not English. It's money. What's the politics of America? Democracy? No, it's not. It's money. It's money. And we're playing a game. The book is called The Money Game. We're playing a game. You got to keep score. And the one that has the most points win. You have opposition. You have situations that you have to overcome to score. It is a game, brothers and sisters. It's a game. So give. You have to give money. And you can't give grudgingly, says the Bible. You can't give niggerly, says the Holy Quran. These are principles that have been established, and whoever follows them will reap. See, this is what I talk about in my book. Money is not prejudice. The people are, but the money is not. It has no moral compass. It has no consciousness. It's a piece of paper. Excuse me. It represents something. No such thing as good money, bad money. There's no such thing. See, so money, you have to sow. You have to sow. So there you go. Support the Money Game Show, Cash App. There it is. And here's what I tell you to do, brothers and sisters. Now there's the one for Closing the Gap Broadcast Network. If you have $10, give 5 and 5. If you have 20, give 10 and 10. If you have 50, give 25 and 25. But give to both. Whatever amount you want to give to both. Because it's like anything else, like we're talking about. Show free to you, but it's not free to broadcast. The lights you see on, that's not free. The computer you see me through, it's not free. If you support what you love, financially, energy, time, with all that you have. So give, brothers and sisters, give. This is the money game. You don't come to the money game wanting to learn about money and then don't understand the exchange. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. What's the exchange? See, we block the very thing that we're looking for because we don't understand. But I'm here to tell you, brothers and sisters, you want more money? You have to sow it. You want more corn? You got to plant more corn. You want more navy beans? You got to plant more navy beans. And the more you plant, the more you can sow. See, God not going to change it just because you and I are in the Nation of Islam. We go to church. We love black people. We don't drink. We don't smoke. We don't run the street. We don't gamble. We don't smoke cigarettes. We're pro-survival. Those things that take care of those things. But when it comes to money, what are we doing? When it comes to money, what kind of universal laws and principles are we practicing? So you have to share this stream and you have to give. I say have to because I understand that that's how intentional you have to be. I know what's required, brothers and sisters. Get my book, read the back of it. You can read my history. And that history is 2 years old. My history, your history, my history, our history continues until the day we die. Now, what we do in that period of time, that's what we need to talk about. So we're concerned about AI. We're concerned about technology. Technology is just to make things simpler, more convenient. You know, people want to know what. Give me some money hacks. Give me some money shortcuts. I'm giving them to you. I'm giving them to you. Technology is a hack. AI is a hack, a shortcut, a more efficient way to do something. So you come to a money show with pen and pad. You come with the money show, focus, engage, sharing. Because anything of great value, brother, so you can't do by yourself. See, if you know like I know, I'll be making comments in the comment section that encourage other people to make comments. And then based on the comments, you can network with those people. See, brothers, to win and dominate the money, there's certain levels. Can't share them all in an hour on my show. I'll share some of it in private, but it's frequency over a short period of time. So the more time we spend together, the more you can share and I can share, we collectively can share. That's where the power is. That's where the hack is. See, so it's these things that we have to understand. And I'm here, and it's an up-road battle, brothers and sisters. This thing would be packed if I was talking about P. Diddy. This thing was packed if I was talking about Donald Trump. That's why you have to share. That's why you're obligated to share this stream. You have to sow before you reap. I'm drilling this home because, see, that's one of the biggest setbacks we have as Black people. We have it backwards. The whole world got it backwards, but I'm just talking to us right now. We have it backwards. I'm here to help us straighten it out. If I've gone in front of you down the road 20 years, and I can send a message back or come back and tell you, Brother John, Sister Sheila, I already been down there half a mile. The road splits to the right and to the left. You go to the right, go down there 3 miles, and then you get back on the road. Don't go to the left because that'll take you somewhere totally different. So I'm coming back to tell us. And there's us that's doing that for our community, but not enough. Not enough. There's 50 million Black people in America. It's going to take a whole lot of us for a lot of period of time to move this ship around. But you know how we can do it a whole lot faster? By you getting on board. By you practicing the principles as you learn them, putting them into practice with the believing that it will sow because it sows for others. So why won't it sow for you? Why won't it do it for you? You think God, Allah is suffering from white supremacy and Black inferiority? See, once you practice things on that level, on the level above this world, prejudices and supremacy, then the supremacy doesn't affect you as much. It doesn't affect you and I as much, brothers and sisters. That gives us the mindset in the time. So in a material world, it won't affect us as much. So we're talking about nuggets. We're talking about secrets. We're talking about things that they don't want you and I to know. But not just know to know it, because we're not giving out certificates, no degrees. You can't add these shows to your resume for a job and they say, oh, wow, okay. So you watch the Money Game show every week. Yeah. Well, you're not gonna get credit for that. You know what you get credit for in the real world when it comes to money and the win to dominate? Is where's your receipts? What do you have to prove it? My bank account went from here to here. You know what I'm saying? My savings went from here to here. My investments went from here to here. From the time I started not just knowing, but implementing. And I've been, like I said, I've been on this road for a long time, brothers and sisters. And I used to tell some of my stockbroker clients, and when I talk to them, and in sales, I've been in sales since 1990. Right? Say, I don't have any money. No, you have money. If you have a job, you have money. If you have a job, you have money. It's just that you say the money that I get from working goes here, goes here, goes here, go here, go here. Now, after it's all gone, I don't have any money. But you have money coming in. You have money at your disposal. You have money. See, it's a mindset. It's what you tell yourself. Whatever you tell yourself, that's true. So definitely we can talk about stocks and bonds and real estate. We can talk about crypto, but that's not what we need as Black people. So-called American Negro. You can get that anywhere. I'm not competing against Robert Kiyosaki. I can't. His brand is too big. I can't compete against Anthony Robbins. Why? His brand is too big. Who's in this space giving us financial knowledge? Boyce Watkins, he's a bigger brand. See, but even at that, it's enough for us to do our, like a chipmunk, or not a chipmunk, a woodpecker. See what I'm saying? That's fine, we'll do it, but we chipping away at this thing. Because what I've learned over the years when it comes to coaches and mentors and who you learn from, brothers and sisters, everything else being equal as far as good information, knowledgeable, all that stuff, is do you spiritually resonate with that person? Do you feel that they're being authentic? What is it? Authentic. See, that's a spiritual thing. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling, bruh. Yeah, she makes a lot of sense. I like, how she delivers, and, not the bells and whistle. It's the spiritual stuff, not the stuff that good to your ears. $50,000 a month. No, you don't have to have no money. You don't have to have no credit. You don't have to have it's just so easy and simple. You can make it. Here's Bob right here. He was 3 years old. He got started in my program. Now he's 5 years old making $50,000. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what your soul tells you and relates to the person that's delivering the message. Your spirit tells you. Right? So, brothers and sisters, these are the things. I just want to share a couple of things with you. See if the Courage Coach, he's been busy. We busy now. We not talk show hosts. We're not pundits. We about this life. We live this life. And the Courage Coach moving. I mean, he has land in Georgia. He's building us. I mean, if you've been with us, you know what I'm saying. You've been with us. You see building a shed and all this kind of stuff. And God knows what else he's doing that I don't know about, that you don't know about. Okay, so give. Give right there, brothers and sisters. We'll come back and visit that later. And like I said, we're going to reward those who believe. We're going to reward. That's what the private is. Because when we get private, we're going to really dial in on these things. We're going to talk about specifics. We're going to talk about implementation. I'm just giving you stuff for the freebies, for the folks that's addicted to free. If I talk to enough free people that like free information, 1 or 2 or 3 of those go funnel through. Go to the moneygamebook.com, sign up. They're going to funnel through. And we'll be able to do some things together. Because we got a short window, brothers and sisters. I just want to let you know, I'm watching. Right? You just need one senator on the lookout to come back and report to the others. That's what I'm doing. But if the others don't listen to the senator, then they're going to suffer. They're going to die. Not because they didn't know, but because they refuse to use the information in a timely manner when they got it. Right? You might look up, brothers and sisters, I don't have these shows anymore. Not because something happened to me, because as the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, time dictates the agenda. I'm looking and watching. I'm seeing what Donald Trump and them boys doing. I'm watching. I'm looking past what they tell me. Because mass media is for the masses of the people. It don't matter what side, if it's mass media, and social media has become mass media, meaning the masses of the people have access to it and are consuming it. It doesn't mean ABC, NBC, CBS. It doesn't mean that. It don't mean MSNBC, CNN, Fox. They say more people get information, not entertainment, information from YouTube than they do from those legacy, they call them, legacy media. So I'm watching, and I'm watching. Like the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, you got one ear on what is being said and another ear on prophecy. So that's what you and I need to do, brothers and sisters. So you have to sow. You have to sow. Share this stream, give a donation. Share this stream, give a donation. Share this stream, give a donation. Because when you don't have in your mind, when you broke in your mind, or even in reality, when you have short on funds and you still give, That's a great amount of faith than if you have a pocket full of money. So let's talk about this real quick. We're going to take a break here. It's 30 minutes. We'd like to take a break halfway through the show. I don't see the Courage Coach here, but if he pops on, we'll bring him on. But let's go ahead and take a quick break. You get ready. You come back. You share this stream. Oh, just share it. Hit the button 4 or 5 times. Why they keep on posting it? Why they keep on? That's what you want. That's what you want. A negative response is better than no response. We used to say it like this, or we still say it like this in sales. A no is better than a maybe. Because a maybe is indecisive. Tell me no, I can move on. You know what I'm saying? So share this stream. Oh, just hit that button like it's broken. Because there's a whole bunch of noise on social media. You hit it one time, you'll be lucky if one person saw it. You got to hit it over and over. That's why we come on these shows over and over again. Somebody's here today that has not been here yet. And when they're going to watch the replay, they haven't watched it, ever seen it before when they watch the replay. All right, so let's take us a quick break. I'm going to give me some water. You get your pen and pad, and we'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to the Money Game so Black people can win and dominate. If you're just joining us, welcome. This is episode number 20. Here we talk about the money game, brothers and sisters, based on my book right here. Can you see it's kind of blurred out? But anyway, go to that website right there on the screen and get on my list. Get on my list because we're starting to have private Zooms, but you have to be on my list. We're talking about implementation. We're really going now deep diving into, Daryl, okay, that sounds good to win and dominate. I got your book. I read your book. That sounds good. But how can I use it? We talk about that in the private meetings. And then in the private Zooms. And then I go down deep. I can really just, you know what I'm saying? Roll up my sleeves and take off my gloves and just really tell you like you need to hear it. Unadulterated, unfiltered, the naked truth, right? Straight, no chaser, however you want to phrase it. That's what you'll experience on the list. We talk about tools. We talk about different programs. I'm going to share with you a program that I put together that's going to help us. You need tools. It's like a carpenter. You want to become an engineer, you're going to need tools. You'll become a doctor, you need tools. You become a mechanic, you'll need tools. So if you want to play the money game to win and dominate, guess what you're going to need? Tools. As things change, you might have to upgrade your toolbox. You can't, we can't, you can't, we can't think abundance, want abundance, and be cheap and niggardly. God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, wants to see how much faith do you have to release, to sow, and how long are you willing to sow before you reap. Right? So go ahead and share this stream button. So let's see, we got some folks I saw here in the chat. I definitely want to hear from you. Let's see what we got here. All right, Sister Marie. Assalamu alaikum, dear sister, from Memphis, Tennessee. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, who else we got there? Sister Cheryl Underwood, good evening. Good evening, sis. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Go ahead and share the stream, you guys. We definitely want to hear from you. Have your friend, where your friends at? No friends, no money. No friends, no money, brother. So you got to have friends. Where your friends at? You invite friends to come to a money show and they don't show up. What kind of friends do you have? I'm not judging. I'm not saying good or bad. They're bad for when it comes to money, but they're good when it comes to some socializing. So we're going to continue this conversation about what does it take to win and dominate the money game. It's a huge subject, brothers and sisters. That's why you have to learn, and I talk about my book, you got to understand, you got to commit the rest of your life to this subject matter if you're serious about achieving and winning and dominating, because it's not easy, especially for us. We're coming from a negative deficit of 400 years. A negative deficit of 400 plus years. Since 1555, when we first came over here on a slave ship named Jesus, do the research and do the calculation first and tell me how many years it's been since 1555. See, so the root of the money game to win and dominate, the root of it is answering the question, what do you and I know about money? What do you and I know about money? All right, Sister Ann said, we are sharing. Thank you, sis. Thank you. Who we got here? We got Sister Karma. Assalamu alaikum, sis. Welcome. This your first time, put it down there. I want to see who's here for the first time. And everybody share. All right, so what do you and I know about money? Not believe, know. What do you and I know about money? Here's a homework assignment. Somebody put in the chat what this homework assignment is. I need a recorder real quick. What do you know about money? Here's your assignment. You ready? That's the question, but here's your assignment. Write down a list of at least means minimum of 50 things, 50. 50 things that you know about money or believe about money. You got to work hard for money. Money is the root of all evil. You know, whatever it is, you'll struggle to come up with 50. But I've done exercises like this over the years, brothers and sisters. See, when somebody tells you 50 and you come up with 10, now you're really digging deep in your conscious. Now you're really going deep to really go where the devil is, to pull out those deeply rooted misconceptions of money. This is all part of what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan gave us. Self-improvement is the basis to community development. Community is a group of people. So if you get a group of people that's underdeveloped, they're not self-improving, then our community is not going to be developed. And we see that. Our community is the condition it is. I mean, that's the proof. That's the proof. Make a list of at least 50. Somebody put that down there for me in the chat. Let me see if somebody put that down there for me. Who? Write down at least 50 things that I know about money. Know or believe. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Sister Cheryl. Thank you, Sister Ann and Cheryl first time. Let's all welcome Cheryl Underwood on YouTube. Let us all welcome her, welcome her, welcome her. Let's show some love, brothers and sisters. See, a community is not just listening. We have to exchange. And this is something, I'm sharing with you so many nuggets that I've learned over the last 45 years. And this is what has helped me. See, you're looking up for long, drawn-out dissertation. That's not how the mind works. It works bytes. Why? That's where they got that from in computers. Bits and bytes. They got that by studying the mind. That's how my book is written, in bits and bytes. Who knows better? The instructor, the teacher, the student. It's a foolish student that says, I don't like the way the teacher teaches. The teacher should teach like this. The teacher knows how to deliver, scientifically. If the mind is in bytes and bits, then your mind it retains and comprehends in bytes and bits. That don't have nothing to do with, I don't like it like that. I don't like it. It has nothing to do with preference. That's how our brains are wired. The computer is wired. I like visuals. Okay, it's still bits and bytes. I like to do it. Okay, it's still bits and bytes. I like audio. Okay, it's still bits and bytes. 50 things. And when you struggle, say that 10, then that's when you really dig down. Because, brothers and sisters, is what you and I know, or what we don't know, is what's keeping us where we are. Let me say it again. It's what we know and don't know that's keeping us where we are. Because if we list 50 things on what we know and believe about money, and half of those is wrong, that's a failing grade. 50% of failing grade in any school. Oh, you and Cheryl biological sisters. Okay, we talk about money behind closed doors. Good. Arriving to, let me put that on the screen so everybody can see it. All right, we say, Sister Ann, yet now we are arriving to make money work for us. Yes, absolutely. All right, and who's sister, first time invited by Sister Ann. There you go, Sister Ann. Thank you so very much. See, that's sewing. Sister Ann and Sister Cheryl and Sister Karma. Is it Karma? Yeah, Karma. Now that's 3. Each one teach one, as Stokely Carmichael said. That'll be 6. Then 6 get 1. That'll be 12. See, that's practicing the money game to win and dominate without even using any money. Money is just a piece of paper. Now, I got some money here. It's just a piece of paper. This is prop money. You get this off of Amazon. When you start understanding how to use the mind, and we're going to talk about this on these private Zooms that you have, but it's only going to be for selective groups. If you can't get past elementary school, don't worry about high school. Can't get past high school, don't worry about college. In college, ain't worrying about you. So if it's too hard to share and share and share and share and share and give and donate and donate and donate, it's okay. The world gonna move on without you or me, so it's not gonna matter. It's gonna matter to you more than it matters to the world. See, these are the things we have to understand. So I got this prop money I keep on my desk, and I just sit here and play with it. I was doing this. I got 4 daughters. I was doing this today. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. They're done. That's your 1,000. And I got 4 daughters. See, so these are the things. You have to make it real in your life. See, in this credit card world and digital world, see, that makes it harder to manifest. It makes it harder for us to manipulate the science, Lisa, okay, Sister Lisa, of the science of the mind. Because you got to have something tangible. We live in a material world. Okay, so it's what you know and what you don't know. What you know about money, believe about money, is holding us down. If you make a list of 50 and half of them are wrong, just straight up wrong, like you have to work hard for money, that's an F. That's a red check mark. That's wrong. That's an X, red X. That's wrong, brothers and sisters. We should know that by now. But if you put it down, that means it's still in your conscience. And you never second guess it. I learned this from many years ago from what's the white guy name? Millionaire Mind. He had a book called A Millionaire Mind. Eckhart, whatever name, not Eckhart Tolle. But anyway, so he had an exercise in his money Millionaire Mind intensive program. It was a whole weekend. And he had exercise in there. The first thing that comes to your mind about money, you write it down. If not, you know what I'm saying? We've been taught through school and through this formal education that we have here in America, right? Give the answer that the person is looking for. No. Give the answer that your conscious mind gives you. Your first mind. Money is bad. Money is evil. Money is hard. Money is, ugly. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, write down the first mind. Because you can't trick your mind. So just stop. Just stop with that. All right. So write the 50 things down. So it's what you don't know. And then you got to reprogram yourself. Reprogram your mind about money specifically. Program your mind about money. Specifically, even if you got to brainwash yourself. Money is good. Money is good. I have something that said money loves me, right? Since we can't love money, love of money is a sin, yes. But no way, I never read and heard where it said that money can't love me. Money honors me. Money reverences me. Money obeys me. Money does what I tell it to do. I tell it to go out and come back with more money. I've never read in the Bible where I heard, for those that read the Bible from cover to cover, Bible thumpers, I never heard them say that money couldn't love you. Hello, somebody. Right? Anything loves you, don't want to serve you. They want to do things in the best of your interest. Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, "A man with equal knowledge cannot rule you." So he has to have more, keep it to where he has more knowledge than you and I. It's, you know what I'm saying, it's just the way it is. If he wants to remain in power, then he can't let you come up. He can't have a whole group of people. That's why he picked the ones and twos and fews of us. The only way you're going to get up here if you do what Oprah did. The only way you're going to get up here if you do what P. Diddy does. The only way, because the ones that come up that don't go that route, whatever that route is, don't go that route, they're not as big and they try to crush them. Whereas this is the only route. That's why it takes us. Those that's under the radar, getting the mindset to win and dominate. So all of a sudden it just boop, 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 boop. Now where all these people come from? And they're moving different. They only worth 5 million, but they're moving like they worth 20 million. And in the money game to win and dominate, they call that leverage. And we're going to talk about that. All money is not the same. $500 is all $500 is not the same. What? No, it's not the same. I make $500, you make $500. That don't make them the same. That don't make them equal. What? If that's foreign to you, then you need to stick around. We're here every second and fourth Sunday of the month, God willing. And then we go all the other time, those other weeks, several times a month in the private group. The private group. But you got to be on this list right here. Where is it at? Right here. You got to be on it, brothers and sisters. It's not time to play around. I'm just telling you. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said in Donald Trump's first term, he will take America down on a rocket ship. That was the first term. He moving faster this time around. Can't you see? Faster this time around. And I'm clocking him. And I'm telling myself, ooh, I got to move at that speed. You can't be the man in a race you run at the same speed he's running. But you can't win a race if you're not running as fast as he's running. See, that's the environment we're living in. Most black people in America, we ain't got nowhere to go. Foreigners always got somewhere they can always go home. They was willing to leave their family and their country, and some of them continents, to come to America. We don't leave the state in which we live in, grew up in. I'm not judging. I'm just saying they have more of a mental reality to go back home or to be mobile, right? And get away from danger. See? And that's what we're talking about. Man with equal knowledge cannot rule you. So what do they know about money that you and I don't know? It ain't the same thing you get off YouTube. Yeah, they got little nuggets here and there, but if you don't know what to look for, you can't find it. It's out there. Most of them be like Muhammad said, whatever you want to look, whatever you want to learn or find, look for it in a book. I don't care what nobody say. Books is where it's at, brother. So let me tell you something. And we're going to shut it down. Throw some comments in there. If you want me to talk about anything in particular, throw some comments in there. One of the things that I learned is I studied these people, because I used to be a stockbroker, financial advisor for 2 major Wall Street firms, not one, but 2. Not blessed once, but blessed twice. That's why I talk like this. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm not telling you what I read in no book. These people, see, when you study the stock market, it's a whole nother world. It's a whole nother world. It's totally different. We have the largest economy on the planet here in America. We outnumber the second largest, which I think is Japan or China, by trillions of dollars. I'm talking about in money moving around, circulating in the economy that you and I can reach up and grab and pull down. It's just circular. I mean, here in Atlanta, you in Memphis, Tennessee, so there's billions of, some of the city budgets in these cities are greater than some countries. California, the state of California budget is bigger than some countries. I want to know about real estate. I want to know stuff. That's good and dandy. Don't get me wrong, brothers and sisters, but no, the work is up here. It's here, it's here, it's here. This is what's stopping us. This is what they destroyed in us. Our willpower comes from here. It don't come from here. You got some people got muscles and willpower weak as hell, and some people paralyzed and got stronger willpower, the ability to do. Well, we go, okay. Oh, time to go in overtime, y'all. I think I see somebody. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. Let's see. We got some comments here. All right, let's see. Ooh, there's some long comments. Let's see what we got here. Sister Cheryl, thank you for coming. Sister Ann says, money serves me. That's right, sister. All right, let's see what she say right here. Money serves me. Let's see what we say here. The first thing that comes to mind when thinking about money is Solomon. Then key word wisdom of how to be a good steward of money. That's right. It answers all things. So daily affirmation. Call it to me. That's right. That's right, sister. That is absolutely right. Coach, the Courage Coach is here. I see him in the green room. You know, we have a green room. He's over eating his fruits and, you know, his sparkling water and, you know, watching the show from the green room. He's here with us, and I'm going to introduce him here shortly. I just want to make a couple more points, brothers and sisters. So bear with us. We usually go an hour and a half to 2 hours when the Courage Coach is here, and he's here. So you want to share this stream. You want to share it. I'm just telling you. Brothers and sisters. This show, the Money Game Show, so we can win and dominate, is in episode 20, but it's a continuation of a show that the Courage Coach and I had way back 4, 5, 6 years ago. Some of y'all might be aware of it. If not, go to YouTube and put it YouTube search and put in there Black Wealth Empowerment. We did 154 episodes, so add 20 to that. So you might be new to this. We true to this, and we've been doing this a long time. That is the hack. You find someone that you know, like, and trust, and you let them lead you, brothers and sisters. Trust them like that you trust your doctor when you went and had that operation. Hope that he had a good day. Hope that he's not mad at his husband or wife that day. Hope that he hadn't been drinking, she had been drinking that day they had to operate on you. That the nurse is doing good when they turn the vial and see how much medicine went into your vein when you were getting operated on, so you won't OD. See, we got to do the same thing when it comes to stuff like this, the money game. What I'm sharing with you is inside nuggets, and I'm sharing with you in a way that we as Black folks can understand it, because that's how I understand it. That's how the Courage Coach understands it. Right? So a man with equal knowledge could not rule you, so teaches the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And the evidence is all around us if we just look. If you're serious, brothers and sisters, you want to go to the next level, because there's always a next level. There's always a next level. So, so just go as high as you can go. I call this in my book, if those of us that got it, get my book. I have something that I've never even seen put together like this. What is your God-given financial potential? Most folks don't put God and financial together. Most people don't put God and money together, not in the same sentence, let alone the same phrase. What is your God-given financial potential? Meaning, how much does God want you to have? This ain't prosperity teaching. How much does God want you to have? You think God wants you to be broke? You think God wants you to struggle? But he just wants the bad people to win financially? You're going to write that down on your list of 50. You got to write it down, but it's not true. Courage Coach is a living witness. I'm a living witness. It's not true. We have done, the Courage Coach and I have done, and we're going to share it in these private Zooms. We have done what you hear those people in infomercials talk about. We have done those very things. But we going to go up the steep side of the mountain. See? We built like that. We about that life. We go up the steep side. We're not doing what everybody else doing, and that triggered people to buy and spend all your money. Courage and I no. We doing this for reasons other than money. Because the Courage Coach can tell you we cannot do this and go get we losing money. That's why I say you don't want to donate $5. Let me put it back up. You don't want to donate a few dollars to the show. You know how much money me and the coach losing, but we're not losing. We might not be gaining monetarily, but we gain in other areas because we understand God's laws and principles and how they work. You need more than money in life. You need good health. You need peace. You need contentment of mind. You need safety for you and your children and your family. All right? So hopefully you got your pens and stuff ready. Go ahead and make that donation, brother, sister. Go if you don't want to leave the live stream now. If you're watching on the replay, write it down, put it on pause, go make your donation. Because we're going to have a little telethon here on Closing the Gap. If God says the same, Allah says the same, we're going to have a telethon like, telethons. If you're familiar with telethons, virtual telethon, we're going to raise some money like we're doing tonight for the Final Call Radio. Go to finalcallradio.com, make your donation. See, so because once you understand money, man, you're not trying to hold on to it. You're trying to exchange and get it circulating so it can come back multiplied. That's what it says. Come back multiplied. Who is this? Sister Anna said, Allah, God does not want us to be broke. He desires for us to live our best financial potential. That's right. The God that we serve promised us money, luxury first, luxury, money, good homes, plural, and friendship in all walks of life. All right, so donate, brothers and sisters. If you're watching this live, write it down and give right after the show. We're going to wrap up here in the next 20 minutes. But put your questions in there. If you have some questions for myself, put them in there. If I see some questions, we'll go to them at the end. Any questions for myself? But let's, at this time, brothers and sisters, those of us who's here for the first time, you're in for a treat. You're in for a treat. I'm going to bring up my brother, your brother. This brother has been around the block for years and years and years. He's still making laps around the block. You hear folks use the phrase, "Not my first rodeo." He stopped counting rodeos, right? Because he's about this life. He's motivated thousands and thousands of people around the world. He's motivated thousands on this show. We got testimonies, and we will have to bring them on. We've been saying that for years. We have to bring up some folks that come on the show so they can give you testimonies, because he's a coach. There's a difference between a coach and a mentor. Big difference. If I had to choose one, I'll choose a coach. I'll choose a coach. And this is what he is. So brothers and sisters, get your pen and pad ready. You take notes and you ask your questions. We'll entertain them at the end. But he's here to tie all this together, right? The spirit and the physical has to come together. It's like a man and a woman. You trying to produce something, you need a man and a woman, healthy men and women, to come together and have intercourse. So the spirit and the physical have to come together and have intercourse. That's the only way you're going to get something. You're going to produce something. So with that being said, let us bring on our brother. We missed him last week. He out there doing things, man. Right? He's out there doing things. He got farmland. He planting cactuses. He fixing motorcycles, man. Shoot. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody sitting around here worry about what white folks doing, man. What you doing? Do you have a plan? Do you have a life that you're trying to live? Without even further ado, let's bring on our brother. None other than Asad Muhammad. You know him as not mine, not his, not theirs, but your courage coach. Where you at, coach?
Oh, peace, brother Daryl. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is this thing on? Is this thing on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure the mic is on before you drop it now. Make sure it's on.
That's right. That's right. Praise be. Once again, brother Daryl, our host, for even having for doing this show, for always being forward thinking, engaged, and want to help and serve others, and just enough value to have come on broadcast. On the broadcast, share the word. Those watch. I am my courage coach. I don't know what I was going to say. Usually when I speak, I have no idea what I'm going to say. And the reason why I do that, and I don't write a bunch of things down, because I always want to be authentically in the moment. And I know a lot of people say, I want to be led by the Spirit. And the way you test that, brothers and sisters, the way you test that is to just be authentic and just show up and trust that you're going to be guided with everything you have inside you. Now, you can't pull out what's not within. Let me say this. My second martial arts instructor, Brother Steve Muhammad Sijo Sabir, he said to us one day, you fight like you train, right? He said it. He's real strong with it. He said, you fight like you train. He said, if you train weak, you fight weak. And whatever we do in this dojo, you're going to do outside the dojo. So when a real life situation come up, If you in here playing around and pity patting and just kind of half doing the movements, just know that's what you're gonna do. But it's gonna be worse because when stress and tension and uncertainty and your heart rate's up and your stuff is pumping and all that stuff, then it changes the dynamics. So you fight like you train. So I always want to be authentic and know that I can pull from the wealth of information that's within inside of me, given by all my coaches and mentors and teachers and books and workshops and all these things that I've seen, my mom and them, all the stuff I've witnessed throughout my life. And I can just show up and present it based on what's in front of me. But Brother Daryl, you said something about coaches one time, and I'll tell you all this story before I go into what is coming up in my mind. I decided, and I've been a martial artist since I was 10. And most people don't know that about me because you really don't know me like that. And so, you know what you see on the outside. And I was thinking today to myself, a lot of people have they believe in my my TV persona. They think it's Steve Urkel over here. And I realized that Jaleel White and Steve Urkel are not the same person. Although I know you do know that. Just like a lot of people found out that Will Smith and Big Willie, two different people. See, Willie from Philly, very different person. But the guy the Fresh Prince, the dude you kind of like, he's so nice. See, you didn't know Will from Philly though. And if you know anything about Philly, they different. They built different out there. They built different. But when you saw him do what happened on the award show, and you thinking that's so out of character, but see, you didn't know the real him. What you got, you fell in love with the TV character. You fell in love with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air dude. You didn't know Will from Philly, though. You didn't know him. And so what sometimes people will do is they'll judge you based on what they're perceiving from your television personality without getting to know the real person. But something you said, Brother Daryl, is about having a coach. And I realized that in all the years I've been doing martial arts, right, since I was 10, I decided one day I wanted to actually, start like working out in a gym, like an actual gym, like with weights and all that stuff. And we never really worked out with weights a lot doing martial arts. It was more body weight. And so I said, I want to work out. But what I did is I thought to myself, I said, now you do a lot of coaching, coach. And you talk to a lot of people, tens of thousands and thousands of people throughout this time. And you know how people are and how humans think. And you know that most people, when they get difficult, they're going to quit. And they're going to, like Brother C. Joseph Beer Steve told us, he said, when all else fails, you resort to training. When all else fails, you resort to training. All I got to do is put a little pressure on you. I know what you've been taught. All I gotta do is put a little heat on you. You'll go right back to what you normally have been doing. You'll tried and true moves. You're gonna go right back to it. Push your person a little bit. You'll see them pop off. Some people pop off. Some people run off. Some people start crying, screaming, yell, whatever. Whatever's in you gonna come out as soon as the pressure get in there. All you need is a little pressure, right? That's all you need. So I realized that when the struggle comes up, the pressure gets on there, you're gonna resort to training. Well, I hadn't been working out in the gym. I ain't been like lifting weights and, pumping no iron and doing all that. I had a system and a regimen and all that. So I knew that if I got in some gym paying some fee, and I had signed up for this one gym, and I think I went in there 1.5 times. I was like, it's too many people. I don't like all these crowds. I don't want to wait for a machine. I talk myself all the way out of it. I get on the treadmill for a minute. And okay, that will look free. I'll do a couple of little pull things. And I'm like, okay, it's too many people here. I'm going to get out of here. And I said, as I got in the car and I drove away, and I looked at the place a couple times as I passed by. Another time, I said, now there it is right there. There it is. The same thing you coaching people through, you see it right now in your own reality. So I realized then I got to get a coach. I need somebody to help me. Somebody that's going to push me when I don't want to be pushed. See, the coach ain't nice all the time. The coach ain't telling you, you're great, you're amazing, you go get her, and you can always do it. Sometimes the coach is telling you when you're being horrible and you're whack. I can't count how many times Brother C. Joseph Sabir put us down on the horse and punched us in the stomach for being goofy, doing weird stuff, and playing on the dojo floor. I punched in the stomach a lot of times. My first martial arts instructor, Master Percy Woods, when I was learning Taekwondo when I was younger, right? And sometimes we get to goofing around, and boy, we got to get up and push up position, and he had a kendo stick It's like little wooden bamboo sticks, and he called it mother's love, and I always sat in the corner and called it mother's love. And sometimes we went too far. Everybody get down in push up position. Mother's love. Come on, whack you on your butt. Everybody get whacked on the butt. Oh. Now they call it abuse and all that, but that wasn't no abuse. He loved us. He was trying to teach us discipline and order and structure, responsibility. That's right. I love that man for that. Most of us didn't have no daddies around, so we needed somebody that loved us, that kind of looked like us, and cared about us, to say, you know what, I'm a teach y'all, but y'all gonna be disciplined. So I realized that I needed a coach, a trainer, somebody to push me when I didn't want to go further. So I got shout out to Rob Brown. That's my man, Next Level Fitness. And I give my man a shout out because Rob would push me when I didn't want to be pushed. That's why you need a coach. That's why when Brother Daryl said that, getting somebody that's going to push you, but you got to give that person permission to challenge you, to make you go further, to shoot another shot, to dribble a little further, to kick the ball a little further, to do another rep, do another lap, go another push up, do another pull up. Somebody's going to keep challenging you to go further. Well, that leads us to the they part. The they. Now, Brother Daryl gave you what we're talking about. Who is this they, though, Brother Daryl? Who is this they? And as I thought about it, I know who the they are. Oh, I know a lot of you want to put the they on the they, like Caucasian people, they, because that's the easy target. You can see that. You can see the easy one. That's the easy target. They don't want us to win. They don't want us to do. They don't want to keep they want to keep our community down. They don't want to, they. Okay. They are they. But the real, like, critical core root cause that we all got to get in touch with. They is all the voices in your head that's telling you you can't. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not wise enough. You don't know enough people. Don't nobody want you to win. You know what your mama and them said, right? That's the they too. Your mama is they. Your daddy is they. Your uncle and aunties, your grandmama and them, that's they. Your children is they. Your husband and your wife, that's the they. Some of the stuff you watch on TV, the disempowered stuff you watch and read, they. The music you listen to, they. If you really start to pay attention, brother and sister, to all the data that's being downloaded into your brain every day, you would be shocked, amazed, and some of you really should be disgusted by the amount of faulty data that's being downloaded into your brain every day. So some of the stuff you're not even paying attention to. Whether it be an ad on the radio, right? A commercial on the radio, when you scrolling on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff, you passing by ads, but you're not consciously paying attention to everything, but your brain is still seeing it. So your eyes pick up data. Even if you don't consciously process it, it still sees it. And it's about recall, triggers, and other things. Okay, watch this. How many of you have ever gotten that like little questionnaire on Facebook and Instagram says, have you seen an ad on this product? You like, then you're thinking like, have I? Well, no, I don't think so. You don't even know how to answer that, huh? Did I? Well, they asking me, surely they must have ran an ad. But if they ask me if I seen it, that's the real trick right there. That's one of the days. All the stuff that's passing by your eyes, all the stuff that's entering your ear with the music and the advertisements they pushing on the radio and all this stuff, all that's entering into your conscious and subconscious mind. You're constantly being downloaded. Phrases and statements people say. You know how they are. Be rich. Statements like that are harmful to your brain. Because what happens is it sets up some cognitive dissonance, and you set up some aversion to wealth, because somewhere in your mind, you don't want to be filthy. If godliness is next to cleanliness, is next to godliness, and we say cleanliness is godliness, then you don't want to be filthy. Who wants to be filthy? That's not godly. And if those people are filthy rich, we say he got stupid money. Well, who wants to be stupid? Dirty money. Money laundering. Ooh, that's you got to launder it. Put that in your mouth, your mama said when you was little. Try to put a dime, a penny, a quarter, or something in your mouth. Yeah, you'll be touching a lot of hands and stuff. But think about just the psychological thing. It's dirty, it's filthy, nasty. And most people can't figure out why they do things to self-sabotage to keep themselves in this comfortable little bubble of economic, you know, kind of tension, so that way you never enter the phase of filthiness. I don't want to be one of those people. You know, they are the devil. They are wicked. They are the rich. They are the slave makers that are poor. Them people. You don't want to be one of them. You see what's going on with entertainer such and so. See, that's how that merges. And see, and what you do, you set up in your mind that it ain't good to have it. That's cool. That works for the 10%. The 10% love it when you think like that. Oh, the 10% love it. That's how they get to stay 10%ers. They count on you thinking that I'm bad because I have the very thing you say you won't, but you won't get it because somewhere in your mind you think I'm bad because I got it. That's cool. Give me yours. That's the 10% mindset. The slave makers of the poor who teach the poor lies. Well, I might not directly teach you lies, but I allow you to keep thinking them. See, I can do it by omission or commission. I can be an active participant in your slave making, or I can just be a passive participant in the proceeds of your slave making. That's the they too. Sometimes the they is ourselves or a brother or a sister that may have a insight into something, a knowledge or an idea or a concept or something they might have learned that could possibly benefit you. And they, you show some interest in something. They say, you know what, man, go to this link. See, that's when I'm not a they. When I can say, you know what, let me turn you on to this. Okay, example. Little white boy at the, so I'm saying different, little Caucasian fella, young man, at this place I'm doing some business with. I don't know. He just became like kind of friendly to me. He's cool little young man. We kind of connected on the whole computers, and I built this monster machine and all this stuff. So we talking CPUs and how many fans and liquid cooling and all this stuff, right? GPUs. We going into all that, and so he's building a machine. And we got to talking about something, but he was asking me like, "You must be wealthy. You wealthy, huh?" I'm like, I don't know what the line is for that, but okay. And so, but he was like, he started asking me questions. He's like, man, I don't want to have to work, work for all my whole life. That's how old are you, man? So he's like 20 something years old, like 21, 22 years old. I'm like, okay. So I told him about one of the apps, investing apps, right? Like Acorn, something like that. And I told him about it. I was like, yeah, man, just do working on it. Just start with that. Because I don't know anything about it. I said, you don't have to. Don't even go that deep. There's more you can learn. I'll direct you some other areas. Just start with Acorns. You know what happens? You know what he did? He didn't have a they in his mind. He said, I'm the they, and I think he got something, and I want to be where he is in my life. So you know what he did? He downloaded Acorn. He started doing. He said, man, I got this much in my Acorns now. How do I do for individual stocks though? That was the last question he asked. I said, I showed him on the app. Just go right here. You got to go right there. Click that. Boom. But I said, but you stay with the S&P. I was giving him some, just some insight on how, what I think. This is not financial advice, but I just gave him insight on how I get down. And he went to work on it. I told him about another app. He downloaded. He says, is this the app right here? I'm like, yeah. See, I said, that's how you got to be. See, that's when you're not a they. When you can share information. We're on this stream sharing. Now, can we give you everything? No, you won't value it. Let me give you a little nice little jewel from Brother Minister Farrakhan, right? C. Joseph Beer, Brother Steve Muhammad, has been training us for many, many years. He's trained a lot of people, a lot of champions. I'm sweating. It's hot in the South, y'all. So please excuse my perspiration. I'm glistening. I know I'm glistening, y'all. I'm out here just shining like new money, baby, shining like new money. And so he was brother. But we were at the airport with the minister, and the minister called Brother Steve over, and he said, Brother Steve, asked Brother Steve about the training and everything. And he said, I'm not gonna go into that because some people may feel some kind of way. But he asked the minister asked him. He said, the brother's paying for the training, and Brother Steve, just because he loved us so much, He said, "Oh no, brother minister, they're young and they have families and all this stuff, and because he's brother C. Joseph Beer is just he loves us. He's very tender in his heart. You think warrior? This is a warrior, but that's the other side of warrior is that love. That's what makes him so devastating because he loves deeply. And so he said, "Oh no, brother minister, oh, boy," and he said, "Oh, brother Steve." Mr. Minister, he said, you have to charge them something. He said, if you don't charge them something, they won't value the training that you are giving them. I'm hearing it. This ain't no secondhand information. I'm right there. And I'm like, oh, snap. Oh, snap. Now, I'll value it. If I can pay it, I'm like, I'm not going to act like this don't matter to me. I'm getting it for free. Most people don't process it that way. Most people will not value things they don't have no skin in the game. You ain't got no blood in the soil, no skin in it. You ain't did nothing to deserve it. You gonna treat it differently when you ain't put no effort in. You ain't got no work. We say hard trials are necessary to establish truth. That's true in all areas. That's how you demonstrate your true love for something or someone. When it's difficult, when it's hard, when it's rough, are you still gonna do the job? Are you still gonna be in there? I'm invested in this. See, that's where the husband or the wife gets angry and wants to put you under the ground when they find out you're doing some shenanigans because I got too much invested in this. I got some skin in this game, and I'll be damned if you're gonna do this. That's where that comes in. That's where that energy and that passion and that anger comes in because I got some investment. When Brother Daryl asked us to donate, to give to Closing the Gap, which is y'all watching these broadcasts be some great content. This broadcast, great content. People are giving their lives and their knowledge for your benefit. The least we could do is say, you know what, let me drop a little something. I don't care if it's a couple of dollars. Let me drop a little something. I'm going to spend it at the Zoom and Wham Wham shop. I might as well drop a few dollars on my family, my people. The they in your life, you got to identify them. And then what I challenge each and every one of us to do is once we identify all of our theys, no matter who they are, the books we read, the things we listen to on the radio, the rap songs, most of that, if you listen to these rap songs, if you really dial it in, they they are not teaching you right. They're not teaching you right. It's actually the opposite of what you think. You listen to these songs like get money, get money, get money, all this stuff. Yeah. But if you really listen to the depth of the message, it's actually counter. It's actually counter. So the they we need to be most careful of is ourselves. What information am I operating under and with and on, and how is it affecting my trajectory? If you get to the root of that, it's easy to deal with the exterior days. That's a lot easier. And I'll leave us with this. I'll leave you with this. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that if you come under my teachings and follow me, I will have you so wise that you will have them around your finger like a string and won't even know that they're there. Come on. You ain't spending no time on that day. If you get wise, get this kind of wisdom, you don't worry about that. I don't focus on that. I don't factor that kind of stuff in. That's not a factor for my life. The wisdom is too great for that. That's small stuff. The real fight is within. That's my real enemy is within. If I can conquer this, I can win all battles. Greater is he that is in me. Oh my goodness. Some of us went to church. See, let's move beyond. I got to say this. Let's move beyond the cliche. Let's move beyond all the rhetoric and all the fancy terms and the hip jargon. That's what it amounts to. And most young people now, they ain't feeling you. It's jargon. It's hip sayings. Everybody know them. Good quotes. It's all to rap now. It's all rapping. It sounds fancy. Woo, look at dude. That's funny. Arm, leg, arm here. You're so funny. We're so jovial and comedic. But if you can't take any of that information and apply it to your life, then you must learn to use it to secure the benefit. That's the promise. The promise is that if you use your mathematical theology in a proper turn, you can secure benefit. That's the promise. The promise is you got to do something. And you ain't getting nothing just because somebody promised you something. No, no, no. You got work to do. It's a problem. That's the 13th problem. Oh my God. Oh, we can go so deep. I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But I want you all to think about that. I think about it every day. What am I doing? What do I know? What am I thinking? What are my habits that are not getting me closer to my goal? And what do I need to do to eradicate and replace them with new habits, new ideas, new thoughts, new information that will move me forward along my path? That's the truth, the truth and the true path to freedom and liberation. So, so Brother Minister Farrakhan says this to us. This is a divine revelation. Self-improvement is the basis of community development. Self-improvement is the basis of community development. Oh my goodness, how many times do I get to say it? Just go over that a few times in your evening tonight. I want you to do that, please, everybody. When you watch this, those you watching on replay, just say that a bunch of times over and over throughout your day. I mean, do your regular prayers, but say self-improvement is the basis of community development. And when you rolling around and you seeing stuff in the community you don't like, and this ain't right, and they always this, and these YNs that, and then why be our people this, our people that, just know that self-improvement is the basis of community development. We want to see a different community. Guess where that starts? With each individual self. You think you quote saving your people? The only way you're gonna save them is get them to see that self-improvement is the basis of community development. That if they want different outcomes, they have to change themselves. That's the only way through this. We cannot look outside. I know it's easy to blame other people and point the they finger. Them, it's they fault. That's a scapegoat. And you will end up in your grave, and a whole new generation will still be screaming they, and they will end up in their grave and 4, 5, 6, 7, 800, 900, 1,000 years after slavery. Somebody will be talking about they, if we even make it that long. Go ahead and read the books of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and what he talked about what should happen to us if we don't do this. I know that's a conversation we don't want to have because we don't have it. Go and reread the books of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and read what he says about what should happen to us if we don't do what he said do. It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty. What he said should happen to us. We're not even fit, he said, for life. Whew. It's us, brothers and sisters. That's the day I pray to Allah that something I said touched your heart and spirit, because it touched mine. I have to deal with my days every day. But as I look at my life and what I say I want and desire in my life, I can't look outside of me. I can't blame anybody else. I realize that it all starts with me. I have to sit myself in heaven at once. That's the 13th problem and the solution. Self-improvement. Brother Dale, back to you, sir.
All right, brothers. So let's give it up for the Courage Coach. Go ahead and put your comments in there. Show the Courage Coach some virtual love. You're watching. I see you're still here. Leave some comments. Let your Courage Coach know that you appreciate the message, brothers. So see, if you like what you've heard, this is not the end. This is just beginning. The beginning is constant until it's the end. Every day is a new day. Brothers and sisters, if you're serious about what you've heard tonight, just like we ask guests when they come to the mosque, right? Then you have some actions you need to take. Anything short of actions, you wasted your time. You would have done better going to watch something on Netflix or watch something on Tubi and laugh. You would have got more out of it, right? It's always about the next step. It's always about the next step. So you go to themoneygamebook.com, you sign on, get on that list. All right. What else do? You go ahead and do those 50. Make a list of 50. right? Make a list of 50 things that you think you know or believe about money. And then the courage coach gave you one, identify the days that's holding you back and how to overcome them. Okay? How to overcome you. Courage coach, Sister Cheryl says, thank you for all the facts. Brothers and sisters, let me tell you something. Those of us who are adults, mature adults, you know, we have to show something and leave something and provide something while we're living for our children. And as the minister said, you know, I feed my children, I clothe my children, give them shelter. He said, because that's all you get, because that's what we're supposed to do. The Bible says, and the Holy Quran says about leaving something. Quran talks about giving to next of kin, and then the orphans and the wayfarers. See what I'm saying? That's what it tells us to do. Bible says, right? A righteous man leaves an inheritance for his grandchildren, his children's children. That's your grandchildren. So that's what we're here to do, brothers and sisters. Brother, your courage coach and myself, we're on a mission. Right? We still writing our history by giving back, giving to the least. Jesus said, what did you do for the least of these? What did you do to the hungry man? Right? The man on the side of the road. We're giving to those who don't have our experience, our unique experience, our unique knowledge. Coach been in some circles, man. You'll never live. So you might as well take the learning from him. I mentioned the study guide, self-improvement. He mentioned it. Go get your study guide, open the first page and see who it's printed by. His name is down there. Brother, your current coach. He published those manuals, those study guides. All authors and stuff we have in the nation, but this brother, Allah gave him the opportunity in his publishing company. All the books by Brother Nuri. You open up to the first page, you look for the credit. See, we go straight to the chapters, Courage Coach, and we go straight to here. We don't look at the table of content. We don't look at the index. We don't look at, see, that ain't a student. That ain't a student. Don't look at when it was copywritten. Don't see where it was printed. You know what I'm saying? We don't read the back of the book. Matter of fact, the fact of the matter is, most of us don't even read the book. Any portions of the book. I remember hearing the study as we wrap up. I remember hearing the study. It says, you know, what it say? A small percentage of college graduates would read one book a year. College, that includes white folks. That includes your Ivy League. That includes your HBCUs. Now, we ain't talking about you learning for your job, because you got to do that, right? No, self-improvement. One book a year. And these ones, so why folks don't go to college? And because those that go to college don't really believe in education. They just go to get a job, but they don't really believe in education. They don't believe in self-improvement. Brothers and sisters, can you imagine if you take these nuggets and implement them today, tonight, tomorrow, and then you add on and call that stacking? You stack wisdom on top of wisdom. You get the compound effect. See, that's the money game to win and dominate, understanding compounding. And it ain't just money. It's not just money. But money is a good tool. Why? Because it's numerical. It's mathematical. You can add it. You can subtract it. You can multiply it. When you get into abstract stuff, then it gets harder at that point. So if we can't understand money, 50,000, 100,000, 10,000, 5,000, divide, you know what I'm saying? Subtract and divide. It's just basic math when it comes to money. That's why we have to, you know what I'm saying? We have to master it to a certain degree. The basics. Can't get to college if you ain't mastered the basics of high school. See, that's how that thing goes. That's how knowledge works. You got to master the previous body of knowledge before you, if you don't, then at some point in time, you're going to lose interest in learning because you're getting bad grades, because it's harder. Because it's like you got compound On the positive side, you got compound on the negative because it's a law. It doesn't care how you apply it. It just to say, okay, I'm the law of compounding. And you can add anything you want to it, and it's gonna compound. Dirt, water, it's gonna compound. Meaning it's gonna accumulate and keep on adding to it. So, brothers and sisters, themoneygamebook.com, get on the list. Courage Coach and I, we're gonna follow your lead. Y'all don't show up, then we're not gonna be there. What Coach used to be a promoter? What promoter promotes a party? No tickets are sold, but he still had a party. At some point in time, he said, "Man, we ain't got enough tickets sold to cover the expenses. We do better canceling this and taking it as a loss because we gonna lose more money if we don't." So, brothers and sisters, this message is for a few. That's why he and I, we've been doing this long enough. It's not in the masses. It's the few that control the masses. The masses don't control the few. That's how it should be, but not in this world we live in. Not in this world we live in. So we got to play the game that's being played today. Don't worry about the rules that don't exist. You better worry about the money game, the rules to the money game to win today, to dominate today within your moral guidelines. All right, brothers and sisters, any comments, any questions before we leave? Final words from the Courage Coach, and then we out of here. Courage Coach, any final words to the people?
Yeah. Oh yes, sir. Thank you for that, brother. I didn't ask you to say that, and I don't usually talk about that stuff. I usually don't even mention it. And if you go to those books, my names are at the bottom of all the books I've been blessed to touch. I'm thankful to Allah that I was even allowed to even touch the minister's words. That's the thing that's most humbling to me, because it wasn't something I set out to do. And I'll tell everybody, one day I'm gonna tell that story of how it even came about. Only a handful of people even know how that even happened or even started. And I might even try to get on Brother Joshua's podcast and tell it on there. But here's the thing, you all. When I go to anytime I go to a movie, you know what I do? I watch the movie, right? And then I'll sit there once the last scene is finished, and I'll watch and try to read every single credit, every single name that comes across that screen. I try to physically read every single name that comes across that screen. Why? Out of respect for all of the people who didn't get on the screen, but who made it happen. There's a lot of people that participated in that production, and it wasn't Denzel. It wasn't Will Smith. It wasn't Kevin Hart. It wasn't none of these people. They were there. Yeah, great job. I love that performance, right? However, there were like 1,000 times more people that participated in that production that you don't even see. And we discount, we negate them, we don't bring them up, we don't talk about them, we don't applaud them. Very few of them will ever receive any kind of accolades or rewards or anything. They got a little money, and that's it. Go away. To the next show, and we clapping at the end of the movie. That was good. But so me, I always thought to myself, out of respect for the gaffer and the grip and the master grip and the lighting people and the sound effects people and all the prop people and the makeup people and the stylists and the location folk and the officers and security, everybody that participated, the craft people. There's a lot of people. I've been on a lot of movie sets and Paramount backlots. I know how it goes. I've seen it all. So I said, I sit there to the very last credit rolls and they bring the house lights up. And I always say, now I can leave. Because that's respect. All right? So I do that when you all read a book, like and I think a lot even I was even allowed to even, assist Brother Nuri in any kind of way. Because it didn't have to happen like that. Shout out to Sister Tracy Muhammad. And so because it was originally her idea, way longer than you all know that it even happened when Brother Nuri didn't even believe. Right before he could see the vision, she had the vision, right? And so a lot of times we don't pay attention to the people behind the the curtain, if you will. But here's the thing: one of the things that I encourage you all to do, that anytime you read a book, and something we did with Brother Nuri's books, is we put the index in there for the serious student, that you can find words that are important every place they appear within the book. And I do an index every single one of Nuri's books. Why? Because I believe it's important. Because if something stands out to you, I want you to be able to go and find out more about it, more places where it's used, the context it might be used in, so you get a more fuller and deeper understanding. So start to show respect for one another in regards to those things.
Uh-oh. I think we lost the coach. Yeah, brother. We'll see if the coach get back on. It looks like his call dropped. But there's so much to this topic. There's so much that we have to. Oh, he's back. He's back. Let me get him back on here. We're about to wrap up, brothers. Brothers and sisters, give us 10 more minutes. But it looked like you're hanging tight with us. Let's see. We'll wait till he pops back up. But that's why it's a lifelong process. I say that in my book. It's a lifelong process if you're really committed to winning and dominating the money game. You really have. All right, coach, you back. We got you back.
Yeah, it is. And you know, one thing about that last point I make about that is having respect for the process. Brother Daryl, nearly every broadcast you put in our minds to have respect for the process, the step that it takes. The law of sowing and reaping. If you all pay close enough attention, Brother Daryl's giving us jewels constantly giving us jewels, the keys to how to win and dominate. Listen, it's subtle. It's grandiose. It's not a big sparkle light show. It don't even that. It's actually really simple. His book, if you have it, and I don't know why you don't have it yet, that makes no sense in my mind. If somebody writes a book saying how black people win and dominate at the money game, I don't know. I don't know about y'all. I want to know how I'm black. I don't know how we win and dominate. So if you don't have that book, get it. The concepts, while simple, don't dismiss the simplicity. We always look for the grandiose, like you waiting for the plane in the sky and you looking for all that, huh? You waiting for all the sparkle show, but you missing the simple subtleties, the things you can do right now that can make a huge difference. All right, so that's all. I just want to say that. Just have respect for process and don't try to avoid process. Never try to avoid process, because when you take shortcuts, you shortcut yourself, because there's information and things you're going to learn along the journey that's going to serve you later on.
All right. Thank you, Coach. All right, brothers and sisters, I got one more thing for you. We got something special for you, special offer right there on the screen. All right. This is especially for you because you showed up tonight and you're watching the replay. It's always about taking the next action. It'd be a disservice and disingenuous for the Courage Coach and I will come here, get you all fired up, and then allow you to drift off to somebody else's opportunity, drift off to somebody else to take you to the next level. See, that's really, it'll be on us, right? It'll be on us. So on every show is about the next step, right? As the song says, after the thrill is gone, you need to have something that's still there, right? So after, you get distracted with life again and week starts tomorrow and all that kind of stuff, you forget about this broadcast. No, that's why you got to go to the next level. That's why you always got to take the next step in preparation for tomorrow. You can't wait till you get tomorrow to take tomorrow's step. Not when you can prepare today for tomorrow. So go to my website, darylmuhammad.net/knowledge, and watch that video. Watch that video. These are all next steps, next step. And when you get on the private side, you're going to get more of this coaching. Okay? And we got to tell you, we very transparent, right? It's going to get hotter, right? Because we're not in the public. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say, right? If you do it in the public, you get corrected in the public. So Coach and I have been around 30 plus years in a nation of peace. So we know, we've learned. You ain't got to slap our hands too many times for saying, we got that lesson. Coach, right? Leader, the Honorable Minister, we got it, Brother Minister, right? So we're not going to do that anymore. But in private, then we can tell you, hey, no, brother, sister, no, that's not going to get it. And let me just give you a note. But you go to that website, watch that video. I did one of the private Zooms last week. Brother said, and this sometimes it be on me now because we ain't perfect people, right? But he said, check this out, Courage Coach. He said, can I give you a critical critique? I said, no, sir. No, sir. So you got to understand, the coach, myself. See, we gonna help you, right? We gonna help you break these curses, these psychological curses, right? Because we had to break them in our lives. Black folks don't have nothing, but always want to correct somebody who got something. How I'm on a Zoom, you get on my Zoom, you won't give me and they coded it. Can I give you constructive criticism? See that guy, man? No, man, no, sir, no. That's what you'll get in this coaching. We gonna perform exorcisms, and we gonna help you break you out of that, brothers and sisters. It's gonna be painful. The coach can tell you, I never experienced. They say, if you break a bone and it don't heal right, guess what they got to do? Re-break it. Unless you're going to have that broken arm healed wrong. Right? But who in their right mind will know their bone is healed wrong and leave it in there and have a bone sticking out and they have, you know what I'm saying? Unless they just don't, they rather be wrong than be right. You'll never win and dominate in anything, choosing to be wrong over choosing to be right, no matter how painful being right is. If you think right is painful, being wrong is much more painful. It just ain't painful right now. It'll be painful tomorrow and for the rest of your life. But the pain to be correct will be painful that one time, and it'll serve you for the rest of your life. This is what we have to understand. This is learning the mindset of winning and dominating. You can change it to the money game, the career game, the relationship game, the whatever game you want to call it, the Moss game, the networking game. The thing is the mindset in a method of winning and dominating, and that's unique in of itself. That gives power to whatever the is. All right, brothers and sisters. So remember, 2nd and 4th Sunday, 6 p.m. Central. Go to that website right there. Check out that video. Go to the moneygamebook.com. Get on our list. Because we got to move as fast as America is going down. So we won't get caught in the crash. We'll have something. Of some place of refuge. All right, brothers and sisters. So thank you for being here. We're right where we need to be for tonight. God willing, we'll see you next time. As we always say, the Courage Coach and I said on this broadcast and the previous one, guess what, y'all? We're going to see you at the top. If you stick with us, we're going to see you at the top, not from the top. No. Because you, your family, and most importantly, our community deserve your and my very best. All right, y'all. See you next time. Assalamu alaikum.